Hey guys, Kirsty Godso here. I've got a really fun core and glutes workout for you. This workout is great for a tune-up, but it's also awesome to tag on to the end of a run or another workout. You don't need any equipment, so let's drop down to the floor and get started in a full body roll-up. Legs will extend nice and long, heels squeeze together, arms come long behind your head. I want you to tuck your chin, arms make a frame for your face as you slowly start to roll up with control. Pull your waist back as you scoop and round through the back to reach the fingertips towards the toes. You start to reverse out of there, keeping that shape. Try keep the heels in the same position. Lower your spine down piece by piece, and we restart. So each roll, we want to focus on gathering a little bit more real estate through our back and finding this beautiful round position. So how I like to imagine it is if I'm holding something in my waist. It could be a foam roller. That's a perfect shape to think about rounding over. And then I'm scooping my waist back, so I'm creating space to round over into this giant U shape as I reach fingers to toes. When I'm coming down, I want my lower back to touch down first, then middle back, upper back. Now let's connect the breath. Nice inhale. Exhale when you're at that sticking point. Pull the waist, big reach to the toes. We're gonna lay down after this one. Arms will come up above the shoulders. Knees come to tabletop position. They stop just above your hips. So it's a good marker if you press your hands out to straight. Feet are flexed. We go into an alternating dead bug. So right leg, left arm, reach away long. Exhale and come back to center, and you switch. Dead bug is one of my favorite core activation drills. So we want to move nice and slow so we can gather all that muscle. So we're trying to really tune up into those lower abs. But in order to make sure we can really work them, we need to make sure that those knees are stopping just over the hips. Often we come in a little too close, and that's where we get shy on the work. Be super strong through those limbs as they extend away. So think about a flex through that foot, a nice reach through the fingertips. Let's go one more on each side. Arms are gonna drop down by the side, legs will stay where they are, and we press the arms firmly into the floor so we open up those collarbones. We're setting up for a single bent leg lower, keeping this 90-degree bend in the legs. We lower right foot down to tap, exhale, draw it up to starting position. Left leg lowers down to tap, exhale, draw it up. So see how slow I'm going? That gives me the time to really work under this time under tension and connect my breath to be the driver of bringing that leg out and in. So each exercise is only going to be 30 seconds. So as they start to progress and get a little more challenging, I need you to remind yourself it's a short amount of time, so really connect and stay in the work. We're going to upgrade this into a double leg extension after this last lower. Heels will squeeze together a fraction, toes turn out. Both legs bend down, tap, and exhale to draw back to starting position. So immediately from that first rep, you're gonna feel a difference in how much the lower abs have to work. So if you need to modify, you can always come back to the single bent leg lower. Now try and relax through the neck, press those hands firmly into the floor so your arms get the opportunity to work at the same time. We take this into a double leg extension, keep the feet exactly as they are. On this next rep we hold here, we press the legs out to a 45-degree angle, exhale and squeeze, draw them back to center. Press out, exhale and squeeze, draw back to center. You cannot tell me that your lower abs are not feeling this right now. So pay attention if you're starting to really arch off the floor. Think about plugging down a little bit lower. So you could slightly slip your fingertips underneath. It doesn't have to be a super firm press, but I do need you to be connecting with that breath, and you want to feel your lower abs pulling back into you each time those legs come in with your exhale. We start to make this a little bit harder by taking hand over hand behind the nape of the neck, rolling up to the tips of the blades, same exercise with the legs, but we've got this upper body challenge. So now we get to work upper abs a little bit more. Keep lifting those shoulder blades up off the floor as you press those legs away. You can always drop the head back down. We've got another 15 seconds here before we hit a crisscross. Let's go 5. Right leg will extend in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right leg extends long, reach up and across your body for that crisscross. Lift higher as you come through center and switch. Lift higher as you come through center and switch. So the whole time, those shoulder blades are really staying off the floor, and you need to make that a promise to yourself. If they stay off, you get more work into those upper abs, and this is not just about aesthetics. We want to really create this nice space so we can breathe better. When we breathe better, we perform better, we sleep better, we digest better. You got 5 seconds. You're going to roll over in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Nice little recovery. Okay, we come into work set 2. So now that we've set this foundation, we've found our breath, we're going to take it into a bear hold with taps. So set your hands firmly into the floor, no crimping through the knuckles. It's a firm press, knees are under the hips, tuck the toes, float the knees just off the floor. Hand will tap opposite knee, but I want you to move slowly and with control. Keep those hips super balanced. All right, let's set up. 30 seconds on the clock, and we work. So I think one of the beautiful challenges with training is when do we go fast and when do we go slow? And the intensity in this workout comes from being able to go slow and control each of your movements. So stay super stable as hand lifts to tap opposite knee. They meet in the center. Keep thinking about opening your chest to the floor, and you've got a nice little lift through those lower abs. We're gonna take this bear crawl on the move in 2 and 1. It's a few steps forward, and then we take a few steps back. So nothing crazy. We're keeping these knees close to the floor, and that's where we're gonna start to feel this full body burn. Abs working, legs are working, upper body's working. Keep going, you're doing awesome. You're gonna get a little break on these wrists coming up for a forearm plank in 5. We lower straight down in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Forearms come down, they stack under our shoulders, legs are nice and long. Think about pushing energy back through those heels. You're squeezing your glutes. You've got a nice long flat back. Now I want you to open your chest to the floor. So often we start to round through our upper back. So the best cue for that is think about opening that chest to the floor. Think about spreading those shoulder blades nice and wide. Side planks coming next. Left arm will press into the floor in 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's a quick pivot. Stack the feet. Lift that arm up nice and tall. Now lift your waist so that bottom hip is really lifting up. We're training that bottom oblique. If you need to stagger the feet, you can take this as a modification, or you can lay your bottom knee down on the floor. Up to you, but we got another 12 seconds here. So let's lift a little higher. Stay super strong through that grounded arm. We're going to transition in 3 to the right in 2 and 1. Right arm sweeps under. You roll over on the feet and you're straight up without losing a second of work. Now you're going to take the same feet positioning that you did on the first side. So if you took the stagger or you dropped the knee down, make that adjustment now. But really press into the ground to push up and away to create this length and lift through that right oblique. We've got 10 seconds. You get a nice little recovery coming up. Come on, don't break it. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good drop. Drop down. All right, exactly that combo, but we start to layer on a little bit. So with our bear crawl, we change up those taps. First round, we tap the knees. This time, we're going to tap our shoulders. So can we keep that steadiness right here? And hand will tap to opposite shoulder. So build up that strength, then we take the bear crawl on the move. Set your hands, set your knees. Now tuck the toes, float the knees just off the floor. We start to tap, 30 seconds. So think about that little lift through the lower abs, the opening of the chest to the floor, and going slow and staying really steady. We're on the move in 10 seconds. Take these few little taps now. We're building up all this burn in our body, and then we get to use that little walk to challenge ourselves even more. Here we go. A few steps forward and reverse. 8 seconds. We lower down. This time for our forearm plank, the knees will hit the floor also in 3, 2, and 1. Knees drop down, elbows come down. Elbows start underneath the shoulders, then we walk them forward for a modified forearm plank burner. So this is actually an advancement from the previous move because our upper abdominals are challenged more when the elbows come forward of the face. You want to squeeze your glutes, relax through the neck, and you're holding as far out as you can whilst keeping good form. So you've got another 10 seconds. If you can inch out a little further, go for it. Transitioning into a side plank with a wrap in 3, 2, and 1. Push back. Nice quick transition. Left forearm is down. Right arm reaches all the way up. We wrap our hand underneath. Eye gaze will follow. And then we lift all the way back up. So make it a priority to keep lifting this bottom hip so you've got space for that arm to come all the way through. Maximize that rotation as much as you can, and that eye gaze keeps following your hand. Straight transition over to the right side in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hips lift. We thread that left arm all the way underneath, eyes follow, and reach all the way up. So stay working here. I'm going to roll over so I can keep watching you. Don't take any breaks and think that I don't see this. All right, now keep lifting that bottom hip. You're almost there. We've got a really nice kneeling glute section coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Little recovery while I set you up. So hands will be set under the shoulders. Knees are under your hips. We'll start with your right side. So keep this left knee under the left hip. Float the right knee just off the floor. But this is going to be your starting point each and every time. You flex through your foot. You'll kick back and then scoop through the abs as you round back to stop this right knee under the right hip. We're working 30 seconds each drill. I'll keep cueing you right before the next one comes in. All right, here we go. So we've got this kick back for 30, scoop through the abs to draw in. So when I kick up, I'm working right at the base of my glute, the top of my hamstring. And when I draw in, I'm sticking in this little scoop and round through my back to really work into my lower abs. And I feel a little bit of that work in my obliques. Nice, slow, and controlled. Evenly distribute your weight through the hands. We're going to hold at the top on your next rep for a pulse in 2 and 1. So your thigh should be in line with your hip. Foot is flexed. It's a little pulse. We're moving about 1 inch max. So now we're really isolating into that right glute. You might feel a little bit of work at the top of the hamstring, and we're going to keep building off that with the next exercise that's coming. We've got 15 seconds, so if you're feeling the burn, you're welcome, and I need you to stay there. There's a lot more coming, and you're ready for it. We're going to stretch the leg out to straight, keep the foot flexed in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leg goes long. It's like a hamstring curl. So create all this resistance in your leg through a really strong push of that foot long away, and then like you're curling it back in. So imagine you were in the gym on a machine. You can feel this tension through your body. It's pretty crazy how much our own body weight can be our gym. You've got 11 seconds here. Now, range of motion is going to be different for all of us, but you're aiming to squeeze that heel as close as you can towards your glutes. Good. You've got 3, 2, and 1. Leg stays straight, toe taps down. Now lift through that heel. It's a straight leg pulse. So legs lifting in line with the hip and then dropping back down to lightly touch the floor. Do it slow and controlled so you're not disturbing the stability of the body. And again, you're targeting right at the base of that glute, top of the hamstring. Keep opening that chest to the floor, nice and strong through the arms. If you lift through the abs, it's going to take some pressure out of the wrists. You rotate that foot 45 degrees. Now we start to work the side of the glute, same kind of motion, the toes tapping down. And we've got this little angle and opening of the hip. And where you're going to feel this now is right on the side of the glute. We've got 20 seconds left on this right side. I need you to stay with me. Don't quit. We're almost there. Beautiful, you got it. Okay, left side's coming up next. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knee stops under hip. Let's get straight into that left side. Float the knee off the floor, flex the foot. We kick back, We scoop, draw that knee back into starting position. So it should be a real deliberate push. So I want you to create that tension through really being in control of each stage of the movement. So flex through the foot, push it up, and then round through the back a little to get the abs as you drive in. We take it into the pulse in 2 and 1. Hold here, nice and steady. Now imagine you're serving a drink to the ceiling. There we go, big push, don't spill it. Keep that foot flat and flexed. Little lift through that upper body. Hamstring curls coming up next in 10 seconds. Whew, I'm feeling the burn. We've got 5, leg goes straight in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leg goes long, curl it in. So it's a really deliberate squeeze. Keep thinking about stretching the leg long each time, and it should feel like it's moving through mud as you're drawing that heel towards your glute. Keep lifting through that core so your core can work to really support that upper body and help you lift out of those wrists. We're going to tap the toes down to the floor for our straight leg pulse in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. A little more targeted, back up towards that glute. So I love this combination where we're really never letting ourselves get off the hook. We've got to stay in the work, but the transitions come fast enough that we can keep focused. You've got 12 seconds left, then we're going to angle that foot. It's our last exercise for the kneeling glute series. We turn the toes to 45 in 2 and 1. So now we work the side of the butt. Finish it off, come on. You've got way too far through this now to start taking early recoveries. Let's go. Be in control of each and every lift. Keep centering that body weight. We've got 10, 9, 8, almost there. We're rolling over onto our back in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woof. Good job. Okay. It's not quite over. Don't worry, you're gonna love this sequence. So we roll over, we're gonna find a hip bridge position. As you lay down, let your fingertips graze the heels. That's a good marker for you. The feet will be hip width apart, neck is relaxed on the floor, and we're firmly pressing those hands into the ground. See the difference in how much my arms work when I'm pressing in and when I'm just relaxing. So press, open that collarbone, roll up into a hip bridge position, and we're gonna hold here for 30 seconds. Now pull your energy back through your heels without lifting your feet and without scrimping your toes. That's gonna make all this work shoot right up to the glutes, and you're gonna feel that burn at the top of the hamstrings. So it's a nice stretch through the quads. Lay that neck nice and long, and we're just holding here and we're starting to burn up the spine before we take it into a single leg hip bridge. So in 10 seconds, your right leg is gonna float to the sky, and all the control is gonna be coming from your left foot. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right leg goes up, you flex that top foot, lower the hips down to tap, reach all the way up. So move with control, and each repetition, think about pushing down through your left foot, pulling back through your left heel, and pressing your right foot nice and high to the sky, and it's very flexed and flat. So you're feeling all of this on that left side. We're gonna hold up the top in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hips stay the same, but right leg levers down towards the floor. You exhale to draw it all the way up. So we get to work that right oblique, but we're still feeling all that burn in the left glute. So you've got to keep pulling back through that left heel. Come on, don't let yourself out of the work. You've got to make it a discipline that you fight to keep getting that work. We've got 8 seconds. We don't lower down in between. We change leg in 4, 3, single leg hip bridge left side in 2, and 1. Right leg comes down, left leg lifts up. Stretch that leg nice and tall. Pull back through the right heel. Now we lower down and tap. So it's worth taking that half-second pause to really stamp the right foot into the floor and pull back through the heel before you hit that first hip bridge. Now keep that neck nice and long. Sometimes it's a little confronting, this burn, and we try lift the head off the floor, but you don't need to. Okay, stay focused. We've got that lever coming up in 8, 7, 6, 5, we hold at the top, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull back through that right heel. Now lever the left leg long towards the floor. Exhale, draw it back up. Comes to 90 degrees, and we go again. So right side should be on fire. Keep burning over there and pull back through that right heel. You've got to remind yourself every few seconds. Your body will try to let you off the hook a little bit. Now, I'd love to say we're taking a break, but you've got one more thing. Both feet are going to stay on the floor. We've got a hip bridge hold in 2 and 1. Feet are down. Pull back evenly through both heels. Come on, let's light a little fire. You've only got 20 seconds. Almost there. Yeah, glutes should absolutely be screaming, and you are welcome. We are so close. We're going to lower down with control no sooner than 12 seconds. Come on, stay, build. Pull back through those heels a little more. I bet you've got 10% more in you. Let's go. 5, 4, smooth, lower down in 3, 2, and 1. Whew. How good does that feel, right? You can stay where you are. We're going to go back into our dead bug. So just like we did from the beginning, but now you're probably going to feel even more ab work. So float the legs to tabletop position, knees stack over hips. We've got this 90-degree bend, feet are flexed, arms come up, alternating dead bug. Here we go. Right leg, left arm. Exhale to draw to center, and we switch. Slow it down, connect with that breath. We're going to elevate into our crisscross, so hands will come behind the head in 4, 3, 2, and 1. We roll up to the tips of the blades, right leg extends long, cross up and over. Lift higher as you come through center, cross up and over. You've done this drill before, so the second time you're doing it, why don't you make it your challenge to drop your head into your hands a little heavier and to lift up higher off those shoulder blades. You were so close to the finish, it's not even funny. You've got 10 seconds. We hit our full body roll up, and then we're done. Come on, let's move. You've got 5. Legs and arms go long in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach everything long, just how we started. Tuck that chin, pull your waist back. Use your exhale to get through that sticking point. Now pull back even further. Come on. You should have found more range through your body over the last working series. Reverse out, anchor through the feet, lay the spine down one piece at a time. Arms stacked down without flaring the ribs. So this is a great drill, not only to really make us feel beautiful through our spine, but to really work those lower abs. And it's such a nice placement to do it after a crisscross, because we get to build off that burn that we're completely feeling through our core. Almost there. You got 20 seconds. Let's go for 2 super slow indulgent roll-ups. One more. You're going to lay your body down all the way, super slow. Stack it how you want it to stay. Hug your knees into your chest. Take a little roll in each direction, and you'll roll yourself up to sit. Thank you so much for joining me for that quick burn. It's always my go-to. I love that workout. Thanks for crushing it, and I'll see you again in the next one.